The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
Well, hello and welcome back, everybody, to What's the Script? I am Chris, and again, I am joined today with Craig. Craig, how are we, sir?
I am dangerously well, and for people that are loyal to the pod, you'll probably hear and see a wee bit of a difference for me because my laptop's down. It's down, man. So I'm on my tablet.
Yeah.
But we'll get there. We'll get through it. How are you, mate? You all right?
I'm not bad. As you can see, my laptop is still here. I've just got a mad image of your laptop fucking doing the thing and see when Elias gets ditched in Platoon, just getting shot. Like,
Aye. Well, as I say to you, it's not the actual laptop, it's my power cord. I've left it at my last gig. That's the only place I left it. So I wasn't going to get through a full podcast on the battery because our humour, wit, and in-depth analysis just drains batteries, you know what I mean?
How's that? There's all sex appeal, you know what I mean? 40 pixels.
So many pixels.
Again, shout out to Quaint. Tip the hat again for my tunes there, my wee intro. Don't know the release shows to my knowledge, so need to get that sorted.
Aye, if you're asked, boys.
Aye, because it's a new year. It's a new year to gig. Get out there, get the tunes played, get the people on the feet. And again, thanks to Tim at Native Origins, as many people know by now that the pals of the show there. It has launched.
I don't know if it's live, but it's definitely this month. He's running out of January. He's running out of January days, so it can't be far away. What about the day? About the 19th, the 20th or something? 20th?
The 20th.
Oh, it's a long month. It's a long month, this.
Aye. It's almost as if there's like 30 odd days in it, you know. But aye. But as soon as that, if it's not live, it will be live. And when it's live, get yourself some clobber. Because Craig is already he's already got a hoodie there. And
I'm pimping it right out, man. A hoodie and a t-shirt.
Oh, and a t-shirt. Don't get me wrong, I did get a feel of his hoodie. And it's quality clobber there, know what I mean? Even though he was at the room, but I did feel his hoodie.
Oh, you must have, I was going to say, you must have done that on the sneaky. I'm like, when did he touch me when I had this on?
Walking by me and I'm just in the shadows, just but aye. And also for anybody that knows, another wee shout out for all the guys there at Seismic. The last episode was Dread, I believe.
Sure was.
Yes, and I'm sure there's a dinosaur one on the horizon there. So
Dread, not to be confused with Judge Dredd. So it's no, and the law. You know that one?
It's the
evaluate rookie.
Yeah, it's the Carl Unman man. Unman.
Absolutely. Why have we not got another two sequels out of that, man? I don't know.
I know. But get there, give them a listen. Because they're good lads. They're good honest boys. Innocent men. They're just innocent men. But today,
normal men. Doesn't get old.
But today, as anybody knows, if you listened last week, we will be doing Unbreakable. But before we go to Unbreakable, unlike a good biscuit, what have you watched recently, Craig?
There's a question. Let me get back to my other wee folder now. Movies watched. There was no skyrocket in the night, but there was ocular delights. You know what I'm saying? So, as I was saying on the socials and to yourself, I watched the full of the Skeleton Crew, and I tell you, man, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Goonies, Star Wars, good part, Jude Law, and there was peril in it. People died in it, all that. So get on it, people. I really liked it. I started American Primeval and I fell asleep halfway through the first episode, so that doesn't count. Slow Horses, I'm slowly getting into. Sonic 3 again. Unbreakable, of course. Night at Museum 1, 2, and 3 because they're absolutely smashing. I watched controversial, right? This is my controversial fucking opinion of the week. I again watched Blade Runner, the original, and I just don't get the furor about it. I just don't get it. Honestly, for its time and all that, visually smashing, cracking, but I don't know. I don't want to drap my scants and find my bed soaked for it. You know what I mean? I just don't. One of me and the boys' favourites, as always, we probably watch it once a week, every week. Coco, and I bought the Blu-ray and all. So there we go. The Wall. I'll let you know about that during the week. That was really good. That, by the way, that was anxiety ripped out its nut. That movie it really was.
Yeah, it's a good film, that.
John Cena takes a headshot, which is fucking smashing. I watched a British movie, I don't know if it's class. It wouldn't really be classed as a horror. It's more a slasher thriller, I think, but called Mum and Dad. And I don't want to tell anybody anything else about it than just go and watch it. It's streaming somewhere. Mum and Dad. I think it's about 2017. It's fucking nuts. Batshit crazy. I watched a very old film, 1976's Murder by Death. Great cast in it. Slapstick comedy along the lines of like Cluedo meets Young Frankenstein. It's very Mel Brooks, even though it's no Mel Brooks. So that was good. I watched Robbie Williams' Better Man, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would probably say it does help if you like the guy, which I do. Really good film, good premises. You totally forget about the monkey thing after the opening act. You just don't see it. Do you know what I mean? It's a good story. And I don't know why, yesterday, while I was doing other things, I put on Henry Danger, the movie. And if you know, then it's a Nickelodeon series about these two superheroes, man. But they made a movie out of it, and it was all right. It was something for background. But I'll leave it there, mate, and we'll have more fucking delights next week. What about yourself? What did you watch?
Well, aye, aye. I've watched plenty here.
Aye.
Well, I started with The Devil's Own. Know what I mean? A wee shout to the Ra there. Know what I mean? It's a good film there. And I went back in time. I went back in time to when I was a small child, and I watched Romeo Must Die with Jet Li. You know what I mean? And as much as I do like the kung fu things, there's defying physics in this film, is all I'll say. You know what I mean? But again,
he likes a roundhouse, that boy.
Can
stay in the air for about half an
hour. Mate, there's actually a bit when he like gets up in the air and he kicks one guy, and before gravity has pulled him to the deck, he spins in the air and kicks the other guy. I'm like, oh, fucking get him, Jet, get him.
I got a bloody up after shooting a guy from the afterlife. That's what happened
there. I watched Bank of Dave 2. It's a nice wee film. We feel good film. True story and all that. So, I mean, there's also the Bank of Dave. So you need to go back. The both of them are on Netflix, but nice wee feel good films. And it's the little man getting the big bad guy. You know what I mean?
He's the guy that invents his own bank, isn't he? In England to help the community.
Right. Yeah.
I've seen him on the news, Good Morning and all that, getting interviewed. He's like the guy that runs the coach on that holiday program used to be on, the wee gay guy. Coach trip.
Aye, but aye, go on that and watch that. I watched Fighting with My Family. That's the story about a lassie from England who ends up going to the WWE as a professional wrestler. Another
Nice.
good wee film. Aye. Things were getting too positive in life, so I watched The Day After Tomorrow. I was like, aye, just make it in there, make sure. Just remember, you're all going to die. The planet's coming for you someday. Jake Gyllenhaal freezing in the water and all that. Then I went back and watched Bright. Well, I didn't like it the first time, right? See, watching it again, I enjoyed it better. That's all I'll say.
It's good. It was. I thought it was going to be Mare Name as well. What was that film that was in the 80s? James Caan, and it was like the aliens had come in and integrated with humans, and one was his partner.
Aye.
Alien Minds or Alien Nation or something like that. There's a couple of names.
Right.
I get their vibes off it, but I'll need to watch that again.
Aye. I watched The Longest Yard because Adam Sandler is a G and doesn't get enough love. And then finally, I watched The Men Who Stare at Goats, which I think is fucking fantastic. And I kill myself laughing every time I watch it. And that was inspired by the death of Stalin because I kind of think they're a bit similar. But
the thinking man's comedy.
But that was my recent watches, and I hope you've enjoyed that rundown. Yours was quite beefy this time, Craig. It was quite beefy.
It was, right? It was quite beefy.
It was a beefy bacon, no mistake.
A lot of DreamWorks and Pixar in there because watching with the boys and all that, but I enjoyed them anyway.
Or the day I might be watching Brother Bear. I might have watched it last time.
You said that to watch that Brother Bear. I don't know about it. I've still not seen Moana 1 or 2.
I've seen that, but it's
Lilo and Stitch. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Aye, but they're doing a live action film, don't they? Plus the second one's it. Everything's getting turned into a live action, mate. It's pish. Because Stitch and that's getting done on honor.
Leave it alone. They're cartoons for a fucking reason.
Exactly. But never mind all that. We're going to the film we're doing today, and it is Unbreakable. But before we even get into Unbreakable, which came out in 2000, which was a smashing year, what else happened in 2000, Craig?
A lot's happening, Foxy. Well, let's press my little button in the style of a crooner. Let's go back to the year. Back to the year. Back to the year of our film. Take it away, Sam. So, events of the year 2000, the big millennium switchover. And we were all shiting ourselves at a minute to 12 because we thought everything that was electrical was going to collapse. We thought planes were going to fall out of the sky, computers were going to turn off, and tin openers in your kitchen were going to start attacking the windows and all that stuff. We thought it was going to be pure mental, but nothing happened. So
Judgment Day.
We thought there was something mental going to happen because we were frightened into it. But it was a big hoo-ha for nothing. The only thing that did come up was the Millennium Dome. Hey, that was built in fucking London, and it's still there now. It's currently the biggest warehouse in Great Britain that gets pimped out for one thing every 5 years. The first woman reached the South Pole in the year 2000, which I found very surprising. Don't know her name. Well done, hen. Quality vagina. The International Space Station, that opened on November the 2nd. So there you go. If you never thought it was a space station, there is, and it's been up there for 24 years and 10 months. There you go. Tiger Woods won the Grand Slam as well. So he won Golf, mate.
Oh yeah.
Hunters of Jacobs.
Oh, mate, I didn't even know there was other golfers bar Woods.
Aye, no in that time. No in that time frame, man.
I mean, it might
Everybody
have been
else just
Montgomery. Know what I mean?
Ernie Els and all that. I think they just all turned up to fight for best of the rest, man, because Woods was just, he was like a programmed fucking machine back then.
Yeah.
And then he started to dip his wick into other people's wives and stuff, and his wife found out, he lost all his powers, which was mental.
Right.
He had a bigger contract than Michael Jordan for Nike. You know what I mean? That just tells you what he done for golf. But there you go. Anyway, I digress. You could have went to the movie theatre in 2000 and saw an absolute array of ocular delights, as we've just been discussing. One, which is one of our favouriteest films of the whole damn planet ever. We've done it on this podcast a wee while back, was Gladiator, which took all the Oscars and starring prime Russell Crowe. Another good wee feel-good movie was Road Trip. It was a good laugh. Always like watching that now and again. One of my favourites for back in the day that kind of pales into the ether that a lot of people don't remember was The Perfect Storm, starring George Clooney, which was a true story about a fishing village, storm hit, and a lot of people lost their life and all that. It's very sad, very macabre, but it's a good film. The first of a franchise scary movie that came out, taking the piss out of Scream and all the other films. It was 25 years ago, mate.
Mate, that's so weird. We were talking about that last night, man. Fucking.
Were you?
And it was actually worse. 2000, we were discussing before we started what ages we were. I'd have been 8. I was watching Scary Movie when I was 8.
Aye, that's bad parenting, that. That's good. Good parenting. Another one that was good, which I like, it comes on every now and again. The Sixth Day, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, about cloning in the not so distant future and all that jazz. It's quite good. Gone in 60 Seconds, great wee movie. Nicolas Cage and Angelina Jolie, fucking even Vinnie Jones is in that. And another two, very quickly, Snatch, love it.
Oh,
and
tremendous.
I think that's on a couple of lists, that movie. And another one, shout out to the G, that is Adam Sandler, Little Nicky, which took me aback that that's 25 years old, to be honest with
you. Fucking so good, that film. That could be on a list.
I like it. So you're coming out the pictures, you're like, it's opened in 2000, HMV, Virgin, Tower Records, Missing Records, all these record shops. Let's get into one of them. You could have got such singles as U2's Beautiful Day, Bon Jovi, It's My Life, the now resurgent NSYNC classic, which is made famous by the Deadpool guy. Another banger, Backstreet Boys, Shape of My Heart. Love it. One of Chris and I's favourites on all our playlists, Breathless by The Cars.
Brilliant.
A classic from back in the day, I know, 25 years. You just can't think about it. Stan by Eminem, featuring Dido. The Root, Sandstorm. And
sake.
I know, the absolutely fucking fantastic Go Let It Out by Oasis. I'm only 6 months away from seeing. Yes. Deaths, mate. Get your shroud out, put the veil over your eyes. This first one will hit you right in the buzz. The man who played Obi-Wan Kenobi, Sir Alec Guinness, left us.
Oh, fuck's sake. That's...
Bye-bye then.
There was no more... That's when he said, goodbye there.
If you strike me down now, I'll become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. No, you won't, mate. No, you won't. The great late Walter Matthau, he left us an hour. The wrestler, I never knew this, the wrestler, Yokozuna, he died 25 years ago. I didn't read into why or how, but I can only imagine it's something to do with the fucking size of the man. You know what I mean? Trying to carry that frame a bit. One half of the Fairy Tale of New York got her head chopped off, Kirsty MacColl. Swimming with her daughter, and a motorboat came along, decapitated her.
I'll tell you this. See that Christmas? This Christmas just went by there. I did not hear one person tell me that story. The old fables are dying.
Oh,
We need to protect this shit, folks.
I know. The new breed are coming in, mate. They're not remembering it. Like you said last week, people are seeing the twist for the first time at the end of Sixth Sense and all that and going, oh,
Aye.
oh, my hair roasted beyond roastingness. You know what I mean? So as it's
I
this
know.
new generation.
Oh,
And another quick three deaths. Jim Varney, who was Ernest Goes to Camp, Ernest Goes to fucking everywhere. He died 25 years ago. David Tomlinson died. And the late great Ian Jury, who liked to give us a wee chant. He died, I know. I never knew he was fucking dead. There you go.
aye.
So that's the year that was 2000. Hope you enjoyed that wee trip back down memory lane, folks.
Right, the tunes were fucking smashing, and the films were smashing.
Aye.
I mean, just you don't when you don't know you're fucking born. You know what I mean? You don't know you're fucking born.
I know. I bet the price of a pint was fucking smashed, I know.
Aye, fuck. That's that's what I said to you the other day, mate. I'm already talking like an old guy. Oh, I remember you could get on the bus for 50p, 50p, wherever you wanted to go there.
Well, before we carry on, people, you think you're being old and moany. Shut your fucking mouth, right? I went to Edinburgh on Saturday with a couple of pals to see Clydebank playing Hibernian, yada yada by the by. This is the price of drink in Edinburgh. A Witherspoon's, right? A fucking spoon's the cheapest pub of the cheap. A pint of cider, a pint of lager, and a Jim Beam and Coke for me. 19 quid. 19 fucking quid for 2 pints and a half. After the football, we went to a place called Belushi's, and we get 3 halves. A Jim Beam for me, a vodka for Alan, and a Southern Comfort for Gordy. £25.40 for 3 halves.
That's fucking wild. It's wild,
I was
man.
looking at my cards transactions this morning and get the fear written fucking right out me. So it was no wonder when we get the train home, got back to Glasgow, well, scrap the road, but I was in my house for fucking back of 9, in my bed for the back of 10. That's the price of drink in 2025 in our nation's capital. Disgusting, man.
Aye. We're away up the road to apply for a crisis loan there.
Aye, I'm trying to see if my straw was made of gold or something. You know what I mean?
It's ludicrous, mate. That's why I've got that fucking beer machine. Things are just getting out of hand. But I mean, now in my 30s, when I started drinking, pints were what, 280 or something. Now they're fucking you've been paying 450 for a fucking tenants. You're like, fuck off. But anyway,
fuck off.
Yo, jog on. But back on subject. 2000. Many films come out, but this film also came out this year, and it is Unbreakable. Directed and written by M. Night Shyamalan, who at this time it was got to be the next Spielberg. It was quite the darling. No, I mean, according to the internet, the budget for this was 75 million, and it brought in a smashing sum of 248 million. So that's cha-ching, as they say. But
Right, it is.
the cast, mate, who's in the cast? Give the cast.
Well, one of my top 3 actors of all time, just for no other reason. He's no thespian, but I just love him. Bruce Willis, who probably won't be with us much longer, sadly. The fantastic Samuel Jackson, Robin Wright Penn, who was that cow Jenny. M. Night Shyamalan, dun dun dun, Shyamalan in the morning. He was in it and all because he likes to play a wee cameo in his films, doesn't he?
Aye.
And the only other one I put in was obviously young Lucius, who was Spencer Treat Clark. So he had 2 of the biggest films that year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, mate. It's M. Night Shyamalan. It's a controversial. Well, I wouldn't say controversial, but people either like him or they don't. Know what I mean? See his films. I, for one, enjoy majority of them. Know what I mean? I dare say Signs is his best one, but that's just my opinion. But this was smashing this film. You know what I mean? Was give a quick synopsis of the movie, Craig. I know how you like this.
Quick synopsis. David, a security guard, survives a fatal brain accident. Brain accident, fuck's sake. A fatal train accident, only to be tracked down by a man named Elijah Price, who claims that David is blessed with his superhuman abilities. And that's basically it. Nutshell. There's lots more that get divulged and come out in the lash throughout the watching of the film, but that's basically it, mate. And what was I going to say? You talked about M. Night Shyamalan. I'm exactly the same as you. I think Signs is his best one. This is a close second. And I think for the majority of films that he's done, he's hit home runs for 3 out of 4. Do you know what I mean? He's done some pretty nasty ones there, but everything else seems to just hit. Because this got a 7.3 on IMDb and a 70 on Rotten Tomatoes. So that kind of passable. Definitely passable.
That's definitely up there. I mean, the movie company, well, I think it's Disney in this case, they didn't want to advertise this as a superhero film because I think the last one that was made was Batman and Robin, and I think that kind of shat the bed as far as superhero things was concerned. Know what I mean? So they actually
shat it. You have to fling the fucking mattress out after it, mate.
Aye. So they actually kind of promoted this as a mystery thriller. Know what I mean? As was M. Night Shyamalan's niche. Know what I mean? But I mean, the first time I watched this, right, I didn't really appreciate it.
No,
But see, I was obviously the older as you go, I was like, oh, here, this is well done. This, know what I mean? Because I would say maybe say, although it's a superhero film, it's no superhero outfits and fucking punching each other through buildings and all that stuff. Know what I mean? But I'd say it's the more grounded and realistic superhero thing I've done.
I agree with you. In fact, like that, exactly like you, by the way, because I seen this back in 2000. I went to pictures to see this, and I think I didn't appreciate it because I was young and I was expecting a wee bit more superhero-y stuff to happen, and it didn't. It was more about spirituality and faith and powers, and I wouldn't even call it a superhero movie. I just call it a hero movie, and a plush comic book because it stems from Elijah Price's like warped sense of comic books are life. You know what I mean? But it's amazing, mate. It's a great film. Everybody, it's got a wee cast in it, and they're all great.
Aye. Everybody plays a part. Terrific. You know what I mean? It's a like you say, a small cast, but everybody, it all works well. You know what I mean? Everybody gets the right amount of screen time. You know what I mean? Because it's like with these films, like not only are you getting the hero's kind of origin story, but you're also getting like Mr. Glass's origin story. You know what I mean? So it's like you're getting the villain and the good guy, without it being the big climactic fucking good versus the evil fighting in capes and all that stuff. You know what I mean? But it's just the way it's grounded and all that, mate. It's fucking it's smashing. You know what I mean? Like even like Glass himself, like kind of talks about how he believes that superheroes are like things that people witnessed back in the day. Know what I mean? And the idea it's been warped. So it's smart in that kind of way. You know what I mean? Instead of
very, very smart because you look for the outside looking in and think his logic is just batshit crazy. However, at the end of the film, he is proved right by everything that he surmised, everything he believed in. We find out he went to the extremest of lengths to prove it, which wasn't fucking right. You know what I mean? But Samuel Jackson's deliverance of the performance of Elijah in this, you just shut up and listen to the guy, didn't you? Every time he opens his mouth, you're just soaked in. Do you know what I mean? Brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. And he had a lot of a lot of sway in this film, and also he did Samuel Jackson. I mean, Shyamalan said that he always had Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson in mind for the two main parts, but wee things like the glass cane, Samuel Jackson said, "Why don't we make my cane out of glass?" That was his idea. Do you know what I mean? Just a wee thing. Brilliant.
Aye, brilliant, man. It's like you say, I think it's the fourth film that Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson are in together. You know what I mean? So sort of this Die Hard, Pulp Fiction. I think the other one is it Loaded Weapon or something like
Aye, right enough. Aye. They were in a few together, but there you go. Just shows you.
that. Aye. But I'm going to ask you this anyway. Let's know that. I want to ask you this. I'm going to ask you. Do you think this? Do you think this film lends heavily from Superman's story?
What do you mean by that? Tell me a wee bit more. What you think?
Well, the whole, well, obviously, Bruce Willis and that's David Dunn. He's unbreakable. Know what I mean? He's a hero. He's a superhero. He can tell who's good and bad, all that stuff, and not so much his arch nemesis as like a overpowered bad guy, but an evil genius, much like Lex Luthor. Know what I mean? Manipulative. Plus the whole thing, David Dunn's kind of shied away from his destiny and all that because his wife. Know what I mean?
Aye.
Just
I
getting
know. I can see it. Definitely see it. There's definitely parallels that kind of lend to that. Aye, definitely. Because I mean, a lot of people don't know a lot of Superman canon, right? With regards to comics and stuff like that. Smallville kind of lends to it a wee bit because for the longest time, Lex and Clark are friends. Do you know what I mean? And then over a course of time, they can't be friends anymore. They just can't be, even though Lex kind of offered his hands over the years, and Clark treats him as a pal, but then Lex starts doing some dodgy shit. So this is kind of the same because Elijah, she even says at the end, he says, become friends like we are. Do you know what I mean? But David's obviously we can't be friends, mate. We just can't because you've done terrible things, man.
Aye. And that's what I mean. It's like the whole, like again, Elijah going, you're the protector sort of thing. This is why you wake up and there's a bit of sadness out there in you because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
See that? Watching this yesterday, that's the first time I fucking even clicked onto that. I never noticed that before. But I was like, boom. Aye, David's suppressing who he really is, and it's affecting him mentally and physically because he feels sad all the time because he's not using his powers for good. So he's feeling bad about it subconsciously. Probably doesn't even know that. And Elijah knows it. And I was like, Jesus. Just that wee line is when you woke up this morning, was the sadness still in you? And he says, no. I was like, oh, that's about right. That's about right. Oh, help me, Bob. Help me.
That's how I'm doing comparisons. Just because I imagine that's the same thing that Superman gets. If he's not using his powers for good, what the fuck's he doing? Know what I mean? And he's trying to balance being the hero, having his wife, all that shit. Even even the weakness. He's got a weakness. Know what I mean? Water's his kryptonite sort of thing, right? Even that. But that again lends me another question, right? And I couldn't find anything about it, right? But do you think something happened to M. Night Shyamalan and water? Because this water is the good guy's weakness, right? And in Signs, the alien's weakness was water. So, I mean, anybody listening, if you know, let us know because it's a thing with water. I don't know what it is.
Good. That's a good spot, mate. That's two films, and I dare say if you look a wee bit more into it, probably find another couple of comparisons. But maybe he drowns a boy, nearly drowns a boy, or something like that. That's a great fucking shout. I'm going to look that up now after this because I'm curious now. There was nothing in the trivia, but I never delved too much into trivia with regards to that. But that's great.
But it's again smart writing and all that. I know I was saying that the hero and this bad guy, they don't have outfits like you would in Marvel and all that stuff. But the fact that what effectively ends up David's superhero outfit is a waterproof hoodie. You know what I mean? And it's just
Aye, they don't have. They don't go to be women are Incredibles. Hello, darling. I make your costume, darling. Don't go to her and get fucking fitted. But at the end of the day, the kind of day, because Elijah looks like a villain.
aye.
He's not kept that hair at all, and I was thinking of something dead stupid because he's got brittle bones and all that. I wonder if it's sore to shave his hair, and that's how he keeps it fucking long. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. But he's got the cane, he ends up in the wheelchair, and he's got the kind of, it looks like leather, purple gear on PVC stuff, and just very sinister and dark, which is another brilliant thing about this film, the way it's shot. Because it says here that the film was shot in a series of long, very long by Hollywood standards, tracking shots, often with stark shadows or unusual camera angles to mimic the storyline flow of a comic book. And it was perfect, man. Done so well.
Aye, you can definitely see it. No, I mean, again, when I was watching it the other night, and I'm going, that's like fucking, it's just like, comic. You know what I mean? Fucking faraway shots, people talking. You know what I mean? It was brilliant, man. Brilliant.
And
done on purpose,
perspective
obviously.
ones as well. Perspective ones as well. Like when Joseph's lying upside down, watching the telly, and then it pans to the telly and it shows it upside down, which happens before that with Elijah in the comic, which is upside down, and then it comes around all that. Still like that. Whoa, trippy shit, man.
Aye. So fucking trip. But again, a lot of people have seen Split, right? So this is the first of a trilogy, but obviously a sign of the times. Aye, M. Night Shyamalan. This film actually had the bigger budget than both Split and Glass, which is fucking mental.
Isn't it?
It really is.
Because I thought Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson's wages would have fucking trebled in 20 years.
Aye, but exactly. It's I couldn't believe it last night when I fucking found it. I was like, really? Because I mean, don't get me wrong, fucking Glass wasn't really up to much. I'll need to watch it again, much like this, to see that. Aye, but that was just a bigger budget, fucking absolute madness. Whereas it just shows you the trust in M. Night Shyamalan has definitely devalued.
I would probably suggest a nod that maybe Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson gave them his word back in the day, and they respect the guy that much that of course I'll do it, of course I'll come back on board. Just give £25 a day and that. But it's actually M. Night Shyamalan's favourite movie he's ever done, and it's also one of Quentin Tarantino's favourite ever films.
Aye. Did you know last fucking 17 films or something done in the last fucking 15 years or something? Aye, this was one of them. I was like, oh, right. Oh, mate, it's mate. Even there's visual stuff in it. I know that you're like the fucking like. See, every time there's a bad person or somebody's done something bad, they're in a bright colour. Know what I mean? And it's like things like you just don't even kind of realise. Like fucking.
So that when David has a vision, they stone it.
That's it. No, I mean you're just going because like even. Well, there's a couple I've seen when he's standing at the baseball park, and he's just standing there, and everybody's kind of wearing green. And again, smart how it's done because they're all waiting to see their team. They would all be going to wear their colours, know what I mean? And then this guy bumps into him in bright blue, and you go, "Here, you cheeky bastard." That's not what I mean.
Aye, and then the big protagonist at the end, fucking orange jumpsuit. You know what I mean?
Aye.
The brightest Janny in the planet.
Aye. Like, but even Hingley, and also even like Glass,
Mm-hmm.
his own screen, there's always like the purple. Like even
Mm-hmm.
see when he's not wearing purple when he's doing the physio stuff, and he's sitting in the chair. Know how the day the shot for above the
Aye.
the carpet designs purple. You know what I mean? You're going, oh, that's fucking crafty. That.
Aye. But aye. And he's still doing in the comic book shop when the guy's trying to push him out and he's fucking into the because he's in a malaise, you know what I mean?
Aye.
But then when he gets the comic, how much for this one? It brightens up again because I'm back. You know what I mean? I know who this is now.
Aye. Again, just visually fucking wee things to go, oh yeah, aye. Because
It
that is an
lends to
origin movie.
David's mood and all, doesn't it?
Aye.
The
Aye.
film's shot how David's feeling because you see the sense of normality as well in this movie because he's got a fractured marriage. Him and his wife are estranged. They stay in the same house, but he's on the train in the first place to try and move out of the city and look for a new job. And obviously that happens what happens. But she just doesn't know what he's gave up to be with her in the first place and all that kind of stuff, which we'll get to, I suppose.
Aye.
M. Night Shyamalan came up with this idea only like a year before he filmed it, while he was filming Sixth Sense. You know what I mean? How do you think of something else when you're so immersed in directing a classic?
Aye. It's again, tip my hat to the man. Tip my hat.
Peak his powers.
Aye. Like you were saying, like it's very realistic. No, see just the slow, gradual realization. Like is all us as the audience. You know what I mean? You get a sense that David already kind of knows or believes anyway. But see, just the gradual reveal to us that he's actually this fucking person. It's smashing. It's like the Superman. It's like the Spider-Man film, but stretched out and more realistic detail. You know what I mean?
Aye, definitely. Because you realise good bit into the film that he does know there's something there, but he's no willing to fucking go with it. And I suppose, well, I'll get to a favourite scene of mine, which is the realisation where he accepts everything, blah blah, which I'll say earlier. It's just so good. Like you say, it's a journey, man. Another wee good bit of trivia, which is quite funny, and this happens a lot in Samuel Jackson films, right? Charlene Woodward, who plays Elijah's mother, is actually 5 years younger than Samuel Jackson.
Right. Fucking. It's probably
Happens a lot. That happens a lot.
Well, he is a fair age as your Samuel, you know what I mean? But since I've already mentioned favourite scenes, fire away, mate. Geese some of them. Go. Right in the kisser. Pow.
Right. By the way, there's loads in this. Absolutely loads. There's more than I thought I would put down, but the one I just was going to mention there was it's towards the end of the movie. David has just done a heroic act and he's sitting at the breakfast table. Audrey's making breakfast and Joseph comes in. And Joseph's just looking at the table and then the newspaper gets slid right into his view. And it's like hooded hero saves family, parents dead. Do you know what I mean? And Joseph just looks up at his dad and the two of them are, well, Bruce Willis is nearly greeting. Joseph has got tears in his eyes. He just says, it was me and shh, you know what I mean? They're like, yeah, my dad! That's my dad, man! I get a tingle talking about that because it's just Joseph's view and the paper just getting slid into it, man. It's fucking.
It's like hope getting slid into his life, innit?
Aye, just it's pure air in the lung stuff, man. It's he's here, he's going to do it, he's embracing his powers, because it must be 20, 30 years that he's denied himself.
Aye. All you were needing was da-na-na-na.
And there is a wee uplifting score in this, by the way, which is pretty decent, which I really like.
Yeah.
He's one of yours, mate.
Oh, I'll say it's when David's aware see when he walks by the guy in the line, and there's just like a sense. He goes, "That guy's not right," sort of thing. Know what I mean? He does that the first time, and I was like, how does he? How does he know? And it was like again, it was like a gradual reveal powers that he's got. Know what I mean? Can tell who's good, who's bad, whatever. And eventually that is shown, know what I mean? When Glasgow's chasing the guy and you see, and
Aye.
you're going, oh, yeah, that's well done, that.
Aye, because he ends up making himself wheelchair bound just to prove that he was right. He's lying there all fucking shattered and broken, and he just sees the gun dangling at him, man. Like,
Aye.
fucking hell, man.
And again, it's smart in the sense of, well, obviously other superheroes, they just go battling because the bad guy's going to be fucking blowing up buildings and all that, know what I mean? Whereas this is more subtle, and it's a thing going, that's a superpower. He can tell who's up to no good, and it's just that. It's brilliant, man. Just that wee review.
I'll say one. The the opening, the opening of this film is the birth of Elijah, and that just it's very gets you right in, right for the start, because this wee baby's been born. The doctor comes in to make sure everything's all right. The mother's saying, "Should he be crying like this?" And then the doctors, you see his face. He used to be quite a prominent British actor. Him, he was in a lot of shit. His name escapes me, but he just says, "Look, who did you drop this baby?" The wee white one was like, "Dropped it. Fuck you. No, I did not drop the baby." But his arms and legs are broken. He broke his arms and legs being born. They're like, holy shit, man. Fuck's this.
Aye, that's a bit dark, that.
Very dark, but powerful opening to a movie, man, I tell you that.
Oh, aye, definitely. One for me, and I think it's more the dialogue a doctor says, but it's David finding out he's the sole survivor of the train crash. Know what I mean? There you've got me fucking a brain accident. Know what I mean? I'm having a brain fart. But aye, it's just the way it's shot, because you're seeing obviously another survivor on a table breathing. Know what I mean? Fucking, you're going, what's on here? And then
By the
just see
way, today years old, noticing that for the first time in this movie.
aye.
Do you know what I mean? Because
Aye.
obviously they're working on the other survivor while he's getting told. And you're right, mate. And again, the doctor says, because in about a few minutes' time, you're going to be, because he knows he's dying.
Aye.
I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Know what I mean? And it's just you see the bit of blood coming through the bed sheet. Know what I mean? And you're going, oh, it's fucking. I think it's just brilliant. He's sitting there going, "What's going on?" When you're sitting confused yourself, what has went on? Know what I mean?
Aye.
It's brilliant, man.
Aye. And just after it, he's got to walk through all the victims' families, and I felt fucking uncomfortable watching him doing that, because he's walking out there the only survivor. They all know he's the only survivor, and then Joseph runs up to him, gives him a big hug, and you almost get that feeling that David feels guilty about showing emotion to be alive.
Aye.
And then obviously Audrey kind of gives him a wee hug, and you're like, oh, you're all right. You too.
See right after it, like he survived this train crash. There's so many fucking people dead and all that, and he goes and chaps because obviously they must be sleeping in different rooms, and he goes and chaps the her door, and she effectively goes like that. Did you have you found a house in New York? You're practically like going, hold on now. No,
Hold on, Jenny.
Show a wee bit of fucking humanity.
I know, fucking pure Jenny, man. No, I didn't get the job, Jenny. It's obviously it's very, very touchy, very fractured, but I'm not saying she wishes the guy dead, but she almost seems as if she doesn't know how to react to him surviving this fucking crash, you know what I mean?
Aye.
I think she's obviously grateful and glad, but she just doesn't want to embrace him in front of other people the way he did.
Aye. Another one for myself, mate, is the weightlifting scene.
Ah, bastard. You.
Well, you tell us, mate. I
No.
announced it. You tell us.
On you go. I've got more. Don't worry.
Well, again, just the subtleness of showing how strong David is and all. Know what I mean? Just staying the weights. Because look, I don't know where Joseph gets this thing for. He thinks he's a superhero, know what I mean? And it's just, but he had extra weight onto the bar without telling his dad all that, and it's like, right, all right, I'll take it off, okay. And he's actually added more on, and then that piques fucking David's curiosity and all that. What else have we got? It's just
Aye.
again, well done, man. Know what I mean?
Two things about that scene, right, or that act, whatever you want to call it. How's David not noticing what the fuck he's putting on the weight bars? Do you know what I mean? Just, right, go. But that's just a tetchy thing, right? But you said there, where does Joseph get it from? I think it lends to the fact that Joseph and Elijah think the same way. Elijah's still got a brain of a child from a comic book perspective, and I think Joseph's working it that way or not. My dad's only survived a train crash. He must be strong. Let's check it out, man. And you're right, mate. It's proven right. So lifts 250 pounds. Says that's the most he's ever lifted. Put on some more. Well, he says he's going to take off something. And he puts on more, doesn't he? And then at the end, they run out of weights, and he's got tins of paint and all that hanging for it. Fucking dead.
That's again, well, as I say, mate, just intelligent writing instead of the fucking what. Know that Marvel things haven't done stuff right, but no, I mean, you can't effectively lift a motor and you go, "Oh, that guy's strong." Know what I mean? It's just the subtleness of it. But what's your other favourite scenes, mate? Since I hoovered that one right after you.
Right half me. Took it right off my tablet. Took it right off the glass mirror. Coming in there with your half a straw. A wee thing that's quite poignant in the whole movie is when he goes to the school and his old teacher that he doesn't recognise reminds him that she was the one that fished him out the swimming pool in the school as a wee boy and he nearly drowned, and he was in because he's obviously just forgot about that, or it was such a traumatic event, because he says later that he was in the hospital for over a week with pneumonia, didn't he? Yeah. And she's like, aye, you were that wee boy lying at the bottom of the pool, no breathing for 5 minutes. And he's like, what, whoa, what the fuck? That's just a powerful scene and all. Bruce Willis, he's a very facial actor, man, and just that, he looks shocked and surprised, and I thought it's obviously a lens to the story, because he then realises he should have been dead with that as well, but he does have a weakness, which makes your heart drop when he gets pushed out that window and falls on top of the canopy on the fucking swim pool. Like, I like that, mate.
Aye, fucking. I'll just one more for me is when David and Elijah are sitting talking, and Elijah gives his theory across that he thinks heroes are a thing that was experienced by people in the past. Know what I mean? And it's just been bastardized the way fucking the money making machine. Know what I mean?
Watch Incredibles, people.
Because it just seems it's like a serious thing, and it's like the first thing you're kind of getting. Like there's world building behind this sort of thing. Know what I mean? Like adding lore to something, and I think it's just well done. Know what I mean?
You're right. I'm totally right, mate. The last one for me, even though there is loads more, we'll probably talk about it. We do some dialogue and stuff. David visits the train wreck, breaks into the place and looking about. Obviously sees where he was sitting and how the fuck did they survive this, and it instantly takes him back to the car crash with him and Audrey that we've heard about throughout the film but we've never seen. And then it shows you just how he rescues Audrey for the car wreck, and he has to use inhumane strength to rip the door off the car, and then obviously a car's appearing, he's got Audrey, she gets out of consciousness, and he's obviously made that decision there and then that fuck, I need to hide these powers, I need to say I'm injured, I can't play football anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's a big deal in the film, man. Big deal in the story.
Aye. definitely, mate. I think it's like it's the final piece in it. It's the one that Davey goes, I am fucking the man.
Mhm. Let me ask you a question, right? This is the final scene's great, right? I think we both agree that where Elijah eventually says to David, "This is where I shake your hand." So, two things there. He's saying, "You're right, we can be friends," and two, I know when you touch me, you're going to see everything.
Aye. Aye, it's mic drop. You know what I mean? It's again, as anybody will know, mate, I like my villains, and it is well done. You know what I mean? Because I was thinking, like, M. Night Shyamalan films, there's always got a twist in it. There's always a fucking thing, right? And I remember sitting and watching it again. I went, what's the twist in this again? I was sitting there going, fuck is it? And then sure enough, then it was, and I went, oh, yeah, bastard, you.
Do you think Elijah's mother knows what her son is?
No,
Nah.
I think she thinks he's like a broken man. Know what I mean? See when she says that thing, there was a couple of times where I think it broke his spirit. Know what I mean? Broke him as a person. And I think when she says that, there was a couple of times I thought it broke his spirit sort of thing. So I think she thinks that he's came through the other end of it and he's done well for himself. Know what I mean? He's found like a purpose sort of thing. But well, does
Oh,
she
you're probably right.
nowadays?
It's just the sinister side of me is like when David follows him into his office before the reveal. I'm like, it's a pure open plan, no door to it, open office with all the shit when there was. How she no seen that? But no, you're probably right, mate. So after he takes his hands, David realizes, "What have you done, Elijah?" Blah blah blah, and that's when he says, "Do you know what the scary?" Well, this is one of my favourite lines, right? Right at it. Do you know what one of the scariest things is? To not know your place in this world, to not know why you're here. That's just an awful feeling. Matt Davis just like, what? You fucking mad bastard.
It's very Batman Joker that bit into it. No, I mean he's like, what my purpose is to fucking do bad things.
He's absolving himself because that's his
Aye.
purpose. You're like, fuck me, man. How many hundreds of people died in your pursuit to find the hero who is now going to be your nemesis? Do you know what I mean?
Aye. I mean see that in itself, mate. That's again brilliant. I was like, I kind of get fucking goosebumps when that bit was said. Like, I've been actively causing incidents and accidents and all that just to find you because he's got so much belief that he's brittle and he breaks easy that there's going to be the exact opposite of me. There's going to be somebody superhuman strong, and I'm going to my way to find one of these. You know what I mean? And you're just going, that's very evil. I like you.
Aye, evil genius, just like you said. You're a bastard, but you're a thinking man's bastard. I like it.
Aye. I mean, mine's pure what? But you've mentioned lines, mate.
Mm-hmm.
I've only wrote two, and the two of them are like kind of dialogue. So I'll let you fire in with some lines, mate.
No, on you go, because if the dialogue then batter
Oh
in,
well.
chances are.
The first one is for the doctor telling David he survived the crash, right? And it's like, and to answer your question, there are two reasons why I'm looking at you like this. One, because it seems in a few minutes you will officially be the only survivor of this train wreck. And two, because you didn't break one bone, you don't have a scratch on you. And I was like, that's
Oh, the hell's just went through.
that's something else. It's just fucking
Aye. We said it, didn't we? We're at a stage of as a movie watcher watching this film saying, what the fuck is going on? Elijah can't cough without breaking his chest, and this guy's getting rattled about a train wreck and no got a scratch on him. Jesus, what's going on, man? Aye, powerful.
Aye, superb, man. And the other one is for Elijah, right? This is a lengthy beast. That's why I only wrote down two of them.
Oh, I don't.
I've studied the form of comics intimately. I've spent a third of my life in a hospital bed We have nothing else to do but read. I believe comics are our last link to an ancient way of passing on history. The Egyptians drew on walls. Countries all over the world pass on the knowledge through pictorial forms. I believe comics are a form of history and that someone somewhere felt in it or experienced. Then, of course, those experiences and that history got chewed up in the commercial machine, got jazzed up, made titillating cartoons for the sale rack. This city has seen its share of disasters. I watched the aftermath of that plane crash. I watched the carnage of the hotel fire. I watched the news waiting to hear a very specific combination of words, but they never came. Then one day I saw a news story about a train accident. I heard them. There is a sole survivor, and he is miraculously unharmed. I was like, I like you, Elijah.
Yeah. You're a leery little cunt, Elijah, but I got no time for grasses. Feed them to the pigs, Harold. Oh, that's a great bit of dialogue, mate. You read it out well as well, and it kind of answers every question to the moviegoer from Elijah's point of view, what he's done in a nutshell, and how long he's been doing it for as well. So,
Yep.
And it's as shocking as it is brilliant, a piece of dialogue, actually.
Aye. That's like I said, mate, it was very, it like draws you in and you're like, oh yeah, what fucking, you're kind of getting the base behind this guy. You know what I mean? And I think it's just fucking well done, man. And I was like, yes, I will make sure people hear that.
Well done, mate. That was a cracker. There's other bits of dialogue for myself. One of them lends to a good scene, actually, which we never went over. But Joseph is so convinced that his dad's a superhero that he pulls a gun on his dad in the kitchen, doesn't he? But obviously, David's still not convinced. He's put the gun down, don't shoot me, don't shoot me. And then he just says to him, friends listen to each other and they don't shoot each other, do they, Audrey? And Audrey's like, I no shooting friends, Joseph. And he puts the gun down and they're all sitting in the flare. And you're like, fucking hell. I need to pause this and go for a fucking cup of tea, man. That's a powerful scene.
I'm away for a brandy. Yeah, by the way, I actually meant to say that to you as well. That actually happened to the original actor that played Superman.
That's right.
Young boy, Paul McGonagall.
Hollywood land in it, that film with Ben Affleck. I've not seen it, but I've seen the scene you're talking about. Aye.
Yep. There's like, the only way he could convince this young boy not to shoot him was, the bullets will deflect me, but they might hit other people.
Which Bruce Willis says, but doesn't he say hit other people? He says, I'll just bounce right off me. Fucking hell, man. There's a correct me one-liner for the comic book guy where he's shouting at Elijah, hey, you better not be back there jerking off the Japanese comics, I swear to God.
The fact he said that means it's happened before.
Exactly. Now, Joseph has been a wee bit a pain in the ass in this film, but he's just wanting to prove that his dad is a fucking superhero. He says, I thought maybe because you're my dad, I thought I might be like you, but I'm not like you. And David just says, you are like me. We can both get hurt, and I'm just an ordinary man. But Joseph just says, no, you're no. Why do you keep saying that? Petulance. You know what I mean?
Aye.
But even David says to Elijah, he says, you killed all those people. And Elijah's rationale for it is, but I found you. So many sacrifices just to find you. Oh. Oh, Elijah.
That's what I'm talking about, mate. It's fucking, I like
We
my
need to
bad
chat.
guys, mate. You know what I mean? But listen, I don't care what's happened. I got what I wanted. You know what I mean?
It's no long before that, mate, that you think Elijah almost appears like, pardon the pun, David's man in the chair. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
His instructor. He's telling him what to do because David phones him and says, look, I've never been sick. I've never been injured. What do I do now? Tell me. And Elijah says, go to a place where people are. You won't have to wait very long. So he's like a mentor then. And then only 10 minutes later, he's the baddest bastard in the whole damn world.
Aye. It's fucking, like you say, mate, brilliant, man. Just brilliant.
So good. Such a good film.
Eh,
Anything else?
any other lines? No, you name me lines? No, no.
I wrote some more down, but I'll leave it there. I've got a couple of ones that the same as yours. No, I'll leave the lines there, mate.
Aye. No, just I know we've already spoke about it, like the big reveal that Elijah is the baddie that's killed people and all that, and it is the twist in the M Night Shyamalan film. But just I never seen it coming. See, the first time I just never seen it coming. Like
Mhm.
he's just fucking doing bad, evil genius things. Know what I mean? And it was just so well done. Know what I mean? Like
It's been the visions David gets when he touches the bad people. I mean, people pass by him and touch him, and he gets nothing because they're good. But if you're a baddie, you can see shit. And when you see Elijah sitting at that airport terminal, and like you said again, he's the one wearing the purple. Everybody else is kind of dim and grey, and they're all reacting to these explosion noises. You don't see it, but you just hear it, and you see people's terror, and him just sitting, and then casually getting up, walking away. You're like, you fucking, and the same walking off the train, and you're like, oh Jesus, man, this guy's a bastard.
aye, no, it was just a very. I mean, even see the act itself, like when he says, "I think it's time we shake hands," and it's just like he's went, "Aye, we've got a hero now, time to reveal the villain," and you're just fucking it's brilliant, man. It's a pure bad guy move, and it.
So is it Elijah your favourite character in this?
Oh, I'd say so. Aye, so he does the fucking. I mean, because you're like, you feel sorry for him. You feel sorry for him, and you're like, "Oh,
Which
this
is
guy's
funny
a
because
great guy."
you sometimes don't like that aspect, that
Aye,
playing to
aye, and
the
it's like,
heartstrings with the villain kind of thing. But
aye, but
this is
effectively,
different
but see
gravy.
the way this is done this way, it's like it's created kind of like a logic to it. Know what I mean? Like he was
Oh, you bastard! But I fucking understand what you're doing, or day, you cunt.
know what I mean? It's not like he was like, "Oh, I was bullied. I'm bullied. I'm just going to do bad things because I was bullied." He's reading comics and obviously his mind's getting fucking warped. But well, see if I'm easy to break. There's got to like the smart way. There's got to be somebody that doesn't break. Know what I mean? And then just the way his mind's went like fuck it, I'm going to do these things to find this other person because it's like that. His brain won't allow him. It's not the fact that he went, I'm just going to start doing bad things to get back at the world. He's doing it to just. There's going to be a reason for why I'm the way I'm, and it's just it's brilliant, man.
I am killing people, but there's an end game to it. I'm doing it for a reason. It's a scientific, logical thing. I'm not just randomly killing. Like you said, I'm not wanting people to die because I was bullied at school. I want to prove myself right, and I want to find my exact opposite. Just like Paula Abdul said, opposites, man. Opposites attracting, 2 step forwards, 2 step back. But he's great. You're right. I think he delivers probably the better performance in this because he is. But again, it's a lot to do with the right. M Night Shyamalan's wrote his part fucking tremendously. My favourite, and it's just David, but that's only preference for Bruce Willis because he's just a big, if no bigger, arc in the film than Elijah because he's got to come full circle. He's obviously realised when he was young in that car crash playing football, no getting injured, that I seem to be all right here. That's nothing happening to me. But he gives it all up for her, suppresses it, and then, as you say, he gets sick with his own sadness.
Aye, that's. I mean, that's what it's the whole fucking like again hero thing, like Spider-Man 2. Peter starts believing, loses his powers and all that shit.
My back.
You know what I mean? You're right, mate. And it's just again the whole self-sacrifice thing. You know what I mean? I'm not doing this because I want this woman in my life. Fucking effectively to the point it's destroying the guy. You know what I mean?
But because he's sick with his own sadness, trying to do the right thing, it's ultimately killing what he sacrificed it for, which is his marriage and his family. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
So it just makes that
it's
scene.
got layers. It's like an onion.
So it just makes that scene with the newspaper at the kitchen table and that line for Elijah when you woke up this morning was the sadness gone.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Because see that, I was thinking about this today. I think Hancock borrows a lot for this film.
Aye. He suppresses his shit with alcohol, but
aye, you know what I mean? But it's like this whole thing that these people exist through time and all that, know what I mean? And fucking, I think it just borrows it.
the good thing I like about these kind of movies is the realisation that just because you've got a superhuman ability or power or whatever, doesn't mean to say your mind's superhuman, doesn't mean to say your mind is all righteous or Superman, right? You can't be truth, justice, American way. Sometimes you get a Hancock that's fuck this shit, I can't be bothered saving your ass anymore, I want to get fucked up. You know what I mean? Why do you always shout me? I want a day off. Because there's a humanity about that, you know what I mean?
I think I'll be watching Hancock today or not. That's Brother Bear and Hancock.
Editing with Charlene Theron in it, let me tell you. I'm all over it.
The Dior advert on repeat.
My wee South African honey, yeah. Even in what we talked about a couple ago, the Alien Prometheus store, she's in that for a short period. She's getting rattled off by Idris. And I might watch 2 years old. I'll see. You've got me swimming now with ideas to watch movies, but we'll wait to see what I pick a few shortly before we decide.
This is it. But that was Unbreakable, folks. I mean, I'm giving it, on my IMDb, I've gave it a 7, but I'm giving it an 8. I'm giving it an 8 because it's definitely well up in my estimations.
I done the same as you, mate. I had it on 7 at IMDb because I totally unappreciated it, and I haven't seen this film in about maybe 15 years, give or take, and I bumped it right up to an 8, and I stoked myself with it for 9, but an 8 will stay just now. Great film. I would strongly urge everybody to give it a watch. Don't expect them to stick a cape on and start fucking flying about and all that, but it's just that.
It's a mature,
gritty, raw, real movie. With more twists and turns than Tommy Burns. No bad come for a Rangers fan. No bad come for a Blue Nose. So 8 for me, mate, which is healthy.
So there you go. 2 8s. There you go. 2 fat ladies, as the bingo says. But aye. Well, we do movie bingo before we say our thanks to folks.
Yes. So it's me picking from your plethora of a list.
Yes.
Extensive. Looking at my notes here, I see that Unbreakable won 2 out of the 16 awards it was nominated for. So I will go for. I'll try number 2 first, or is that away?
2's away.
What about 16?
16 is there. 16 is there. You see the size of that chicken? Well, if you don't know, you'll know now. It's the Western Young Guns.
Magic.
Emilio Estevez, Charlie Sheen, Kiefer Sutherland, Lloyd Diamond Phillips. Fuck's I forgot he was in it. Fucking, he's a young man in that.
Aye.
There you go. Young Guns. Can't whack it.
So quotable.
Can't whack it. Oh, aye.
Hunters of quotes next week. Hunters of quotes, mate. That's a good gin. I'm delighted for that, actually. Delighted for that.
Aye.
What a cast and all.
All right. I've not seen it in fucking a wee while now. There you go. That could be on the watching list and all now.
I will be on the CEX website just now, and I'll be looking for the Blu-ray for it. That's going to be my thing. It's going to be my thing. So I've got over 55 now and 3 box sets, which is, I'll need to calm down. So, yes, can't wait, mate.
Aye. So everybody, next time we will be doing Young Guns. But before we go, just again, shout out to Seismic doing their podcast thing. Keep it up, lads. Go out there, get them a like, get them a share, get them a wee follow, get them a listen, get them feedback. Everybody likes a wee bit of feedback. We enjoy a bit of feedback, don't we?
Aye, we do. Give them a wee pat to heat and off and walk by them. I like that.
Well, what word has reached me that Paul is back in the editing dungeon, so you'll not see Paul. Aye, again, thanks to Quentin for their tunes. What are you going to say?
Well, just the editing dungeon, which instantly made me think of that wee guy in the film they've no long done, Dread. The wee guy that's hooked up to the computers with his eyes and all that stuff. That's Paul. Oh, slave to the system.
Brilliant, man. And again, shout out to Native Origins. If it's not out there now, it will be very, very soon. But
it's
the guy,
imminent.
The guy's primed. He's ready to go. The sleeves are knitted on. Everything's comfy. Know what I mean? Just it's ready to go, and you be ready to buy it. Know what I mean? It's nice gear, top quality.
That's top quality. And can I just give a special shout out mention to the 450 Facebook group members? Thank you so much, everyone, and your interaction as well is it makes it all worthwhile. It really does. Plus, next week, after next week's podcast, we will have a pick of one of your films, which I'm looking forward to because they're all good. And also the 332 YouTube subscribers that we've got now. Thank you very much. Keep watching, keep sharing, keep listening, keep liking. Just send it out into the ether and let people make their minds up.
Like Mace, who says you go into this time that we're living? Live, laugh, and love.
Oh, you fucking cheesy bastard that you are. I thought you were going to say times like these, learn to live again. But no, you went the home bargains ornament fucking route. You know what I mean? Yeah, dirty bastard that you are.
Oh, you can't whack it. You can't whack it.
If you want to watch this film and you're going to want to build yourself up to it, just put on fucking a bit of Westlife and put on Unbreakable. A great wee tune. It's not the score for this movie, but it's fucking smashed.
You're out there punting all the boy bands a day.
I know. As long as I'm not pumping them.
Well,
it's a whole nother story, that.
We're going down a different path there. But, aye, that's everything for me. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Let us know if you did enjoy yourself. And I'll see you in the other side.
Definitely. And a good day from me. This will be out some point today, later in the afternoon. So enjoy, people. Thanks very much. See you later.
Yes. Live, laugh, love.
The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.